Afternoon. And Marie, just give me a minute or so and then we'll get going. Okay, well that's 4 o'clock, so we can start. Right, got the Euro JPY up. It's been giving us a bit of a run around lately, as you probably know if you took the trade. Where do we get in on at 32? So the last 2-3 minutes have been in profit, but if you look at a shorter term chart, hasn't always had a big smile on the face. Don't know what happened there. I don't see what's got to do with the jobless claims in the US, to be honest. So can't really blame that. But anyway, it came down at 143.11. Okay, I accept only 20 bits below, but it's not a nice thing. I know what's going on. Every time it gets going, it comes off again. It seems to be backing out of this rather tight, narrow range. So what I would say is keep the fingers crossed and look on the bright side. Look at the bright side. No, hang on. Yeah, look at the bright side. It's slightly in profit now. It's going to continue. Excuse me, this second. There you go. Okay, so it's Morris, slightly in profit as we speak. So, well, keep your fingers crossed. It's going to continue in that vein. Okay, what else do we get out? We got the NAS micro out. Remember, if you took a 1 micro, 0.01, 1 micro of the micro, it's going to do a serious amount of bloody movement in your favor to make it a worthwhile profit, because that's the idea. It's very small. Just, you know, the less the risk, less amount, less all the fear, the less the gain. It's only downside, but at least you're in. Still up anyway. So the guys that took it on the signal, gone at 700, now 500, but it's not a heck of a lot up. It's 200 pips sounds a lot, but if you went on with 1 micro on the micro, which is not exactly going to be buying a fancy car anytime soon. But that's not the point. The point is now you can get in. You obviously can work out your own position size. The beauty is you can trade the micro now. And we've got exceptionally wide stop loss, and that's why it does actually reduce the potential profit, if you like, because you're getting a much smaller position. But never mind. Anyway, you're a couple hundred pips. If you went in yesterday, slightly lower price, it's still a bit of profit. So far, so good. Don't know how many people in the Dow on the micro again. It might have gone on the major, and then they've really been smiling. That'd be big time up there on the normal one. The Dow, that was in at 34,144. Well, there we are. So that's 204. Well, do my head, 300. So that's 300 pips in profit. I hope Mark's here. Talk the size he went in, and he'd be smiling. It's worth 300 pips in profit since this morning. You get the idea, guys, how volatile these is. If you're 300 pips since this morning in a Forex fund, you'd be over the moon. 300 pips, no problem. Yeah, you get the idea. So anyway, that's good news. Gold, 1845, 44 area. I got it 45. And sometimes got a little bit lower, 1844. I think that's doing okay at the moment. That's doing okay at the moment. Right, so it's yeah, just been just fine. I don't know if I'm still in gold or what the story is. All I know is some people are put the trade down, trading on trade. I posted for them to send out. I don't know, meetings, whatever they did. Bit of a nuisance, say so far. I also send it out, you know, because that's clearly a profit. So about $12 up in profit. Got in at 44, 32. It's about 12, something like that dollars in profit. Thank you very much. I think if you want, you can bring your stop down to break even, or a little bit better if you want. If you don't, it's up to you. Bring your stop down, you can, maybe 1840 or something like that. Up to you. Looks like the dollar strengthened quite a bit. And so the yields expecting a bit more downside. Okay. I all not all this time. I all not all this time. Some a few typos there. Yes, I took it and it is in blue. Okay, well, this is a color we like in the trading room. Yeah. Yeah, I'm afraid that's a color we like. Okay, that's brilliant. Right. Yeah, gold. Okay. Anything else? Just a lot. Europe JPY, couple of pips after an up and down ride. Gold clearing the profit, down NAS in the profit. GBP, NZD, GBAUD hit the TP, so forget about that. Euro JPY hit the stop loss. Well, actually one in the 3 or 4 is not so bad. AUD USD, don't think you're very happy with that. Some of you guys got out. Don't know if Ken's joined us yet, so put the stop down there. He'll be out. I think it stopped out. It came down to this level, the 15-minute chart. Yeah, it came down to here. So he'd been knocked out because he put, I think, he modified to 90. So at least he didn't lose on the trade. Hope you guys didn't hold on to that one. I remember I was pretty negative on the dollar. Sorry, positive on the dollar, which means I was negative as a result of the other side of the seesaw. And yeah, it's turning out well. NAS is coming off, gold's coming off, and dollars strengthening. And yeah, so yeah, they won't be very happy if they went along on that one, unless they modified their stop and got out. Then they would have jumped around a bit, so you should be fine then. Gold all good, fantastic, good Fiona. Yeah, the euro dollar I wanted to do, I've kept it just to rub your nose in it. A sell at 1.708. And I said, why not, guys? You weren't keen, so I moved on. 1.708. This is just what's called twisting the dagger. Yeah, that's not that much. It's only about 30 pips in profit. Hopefully, you do it more to really start jeering. They call it gloating, which is a terribly bad form. But anyway, joking apart. Anyway, it's coming off a bit. So, do you want to join it now? That's the question. I want to join it when it came off here. I mean, I wasn't sitting holding your hands from 11 onwards. Like you're learning quite a bit. You probably on your own initiative went, saw it, and joined it. You might have joined it after. So I don't know what you did, but yeah. Again, I won't be joining it now. One day, yeah, joining it now. Might have a bit of jump up before it falls through, but I'm expecting downside. So you get a slightly better price. Maybe I'll go back a bit of profit, take to 107, then you can sell it down further. So keep an eye on that, and then we'll come back to it because downside the expectation on that one. Okay. Any questions? Going too quick? You're all with me? That's only coming up as 4, so you can't do much about that now. I think we'll see if it's worth doing because it might open down. The market's coming off, as you can see. The Dow's off, and you should have packed that. Of course, it's part of the NAS. The NAS come off since yesterday, so it might open down a bit. We'll see. Oh no, but yeah. Yeah, HBQ. If you're already in it, like, fine, you're fine. But if you're not in it, you want to enter. I don't have to send the trade out. Remember, my ideas, they have to be honest, and then they're supposed to send it out. So I hope they sent it out to at least the VIP group, the HPQ one. I posted the banner on my group this morning or earlier on. Hope the details were sent out to you guys. Just be careful if it opens much lower. Looks like it might happen. It might be too late to join. I have to work it out. But those on board, that's fine. Oh, fantastic. Good to hear. Yeah. Okay. Well, you have to use the figures there. Remember, what were the figures? I think it was about 30 odd rand a micro. I can't remember. Check on that. It's 30, not micro, sorry, got me edit now. 30 odd rand for 1.0. Remember, you do bigger figures. I don't know how much money you got, Fiona. If you want to risk, let's say 300 rand and it's 30 rand a share, you put 10.0. You don't start putting 0.2. It's not a Forex. The volumes are much higher. Remember, we've gone over this a couple of times. We'll do it quickly again. Look at the Forex here. Specifications, standard lot, 100 grand. Go to whatever it's called, GHQ, HPQ, standard lot. Well, standard is 1 share. So that's the contract size 1. Little slightly than 100 grand. So just bear that in mind. So don't start putting 0 points or fractions in. You know, it depends what you can afford. Well, you can do it now. Yeah. Can't be spelling out basic arithmetic. You got a calculator, you know the score. Got to think as well as panic. Right, so where are we? Euro dollar, yeah, well, it's a bit late chase now, but if it pops up again, remind me, and I think we'll get a nice trade for you guys. Okay, it's not doing too badly at the moment. Yeah. Anything else we're in to look at? I think that's the lot, to be honest. So I think that's just the open trades covered. If anyone else is in something wants to discuss or see something else before opening in 2 minutes, discuss. You might see a particular share that's worth discussing. You got that? Because I'm going to be honest with you, Fiona. We're all saying, when you first change over outside the box, it is quite difficult. It's like suddenly driving on the right. Guys are brought up, it's easy, and then they can't drive on the left. Same principle. You're so used to putting micros at 0.04, goodness knows what. Suddenly it goes against the grain to put in 10 or 5 or 15. So take your point. It takes a bit of a mindset change. That's why I showed you the contract to get the concept. Contracts are very different. You'll get the hang of it, just a bit of practice. I've always got to remember, I'm doing this every sodding day, you know what I mean? And I'm in front of it, that's what I do. And I forget some people come in new to it, and, it's practice, yeah. I mean, you can change gear on your cell phone, chat to somebody behind you, and think if I left the cooker on. And you didn't even know you changed from first, second, fifth, fourth, back to third, back to fourth. Habit. But when you first do it, it's slightly different. So I get that. Okay, where are we? Yeah, another 20 minutes to opening. Yeah, any shares you want to look at, any commodities, anything basically, anything you want to ask? Anything want to clarity on? Anything you're in at the moment? Oh, that's right. I just want to mention while you think of the question. Somebody, it might be on now, it doesn't matter because it's nothing behind, if you don't mind, I'll mention the name, asked me, he was still short NZD-CHF. Should he close it? And I said, well, I think there could be some downside. So he said again, should I close it? I can't make, remember Peter said that earlier on, I can't make that call. I said, all right, you're in the US, get out of it now. I think it's going to go the other way. And it doesn't. What happens then? Now you're taking a loss on one, and it would have recovered, and now you're taking the other loss on the other one, like the Euro, was it GP, whatever it was we had yesterday? Well, Euro JPY. You see what I mean? I can't make that call. I can say modify your stop loss or stick to the strategy, or I can hint around saying, I personally, that's just my opinion, prefer to be short if the guy's long. He's then got to, or she's got to make their decision. I can't say and take that responsibility, because what happens I do? Get out of gold now, get out of the NAS now. Look what happens, it goes on, or you know what I'm saying. So if I hint around, I pick up what I'm hinting. I don't want to be on record saying, get out of there, it's going to go the other way. Not like the FBK broker, oh, you'll make 7% a week, 200% a year, which is not even correct maths anyway, and that's guaranteed. No, can't make that statement. I think the NZD CHF will continue down, but it might jump. Can't say get out of it. You've seen the point. So just if you do ask, happy to ask it if you like. If I'm being evasive, doesn't mean to say that I'm being a chicken on it. I'm hinting around, and you've got to read between the lines and make your own decision on it. Okay, I cannot pick bottoms or tops like anybody else can. Okay, you got me. Good stuff. We don't know, Michael. It hasn't opened yet. That's an order, that specific price. I haven't the slightest clue what's going to open at 4:30. And then we can look at the mass and is it worth chasing or not? If we again get a better price, we still see the short, then you go at market, it's a better price. I'm thinking of the sells, so I'm certainly not going to be doing a sell stop, because that's saying I want a worse price and a better one. Okay, so to be honest, I don't know what it's going to open at. So when it does, we'll check it out and see what the story is, and we'll do it together. As long as you're learning, we're doing it together. If you're just blindly following, the next time you're on your own, you won't be able to make that decision. That's the whole idea of the trading room, of you getting the course, of you getting the knowledge, is that you can learn to fish yourself. You always have us here, like I have you guys here, like a forum where we chat and throw it around a bit. But the idea is then you can make the informed decision. Okay, you're not relying on someone else to get the fish for you. If that makes sense. Yeah, no, not at the moment, no. It's attacking 104 on the DXY. What are the yields doing? Yields are right up now, 3.8, definitely not. I think it's stop already. Nowhere near the stop. Your stop, maybe. If it's your stop, you've got to say it. If you say that, everyone else reading that saying, what's going on here? Got nowhere near the stop. The 1800 was the stop. Got nowhere near that. Just bear that in mind. If you might have a personal stop at 1828 or something. That's your own personal one. Say hitting a stop or hitting the TP or whatever. No, it didn't. It might have you personally, but not in the trading room. And that's the one that went out. So we have to look at that. It'll pop around. So no, at the moment, with the dollar looking strength, you know, that sort of thing, sell a rally, wouldn't buying it now. Yeah. So as I say, if you're in it, stay in it. You got to stop. Stick with the strategy. If you're out, I want to be short this, but if you're out, to go back in again, I personally prefer, well, like the 1844 trade idea we put out this morning. I'm not sure I'll be chasing it down with this level, but I do see downside. Okay. What are my thoughts on it? Well, clear my thoughts are down. We've got to trade out on it. US dollar for long. Yeah, $100, yeah. US dollar yen. Tell you, all right, bloody chicken. Because yes, I totally agree with you. But I'm not sure I want to chase it now. I see upside. I'm probably going to miss it. I've done this before. Personally speaking, you do. I'll say what I'm going to do. I'm going to sit it out and hope it comes back here. If it comes back here, it's a long way away and it's 100 pips away. Then, as long as the DXY is strong, the yields are up, I will then buy it. But I'm not sure it's going to come back far. Maybe it'll come back to 134. Look at the DXY. Maybe get a better entrance there. Let's just see. But I wouldn't be chasing it now. Okay, look at that indecision. I wouldn't be chasing it here. Okay. But I'm not saying I will get in there. I might get in here. But again, depends on the yields and the DXY. If it continues in that particular northern area, it means strong dollar, which basically means that the yen will go up and weaken a bit more. So we'll have to keep an eye on it and see what happens later. If you see it pulling back a bit, we'll have another look at it. But I want to pull it back at least to 134 or better before I consider chasing it, me personally. Mark, he's not here, pity really. He's done a couple of his own back and been quite brave on it, and then his bravery paid off. Where I missed out, he's been in it. I have to, being a host here, I've got to angle on the conservative. You know what I'm saying? I might do dafter things with my own money, but that's my money. But when you've got the responsibility of hosting a trading room, you've got to be a little bit more than prudent. I will therefore differentiate and say, but hang on, those who got the money and this is highly aggressive, then you're aware of it and they're experienced and they can do it. If you're not aware, it's your first one and you haven't got a big bounce, leave it. So at least you're aware of it. If that makes sense. But I wouldn't chase it now. Okay. On the Dow, no, I don't know if I'm chasing it now. No, you should be in. If you're on the Dow, on the micro, that is, unless you can afford it. Should have been this morning when we were in. We got in at 34,144. It's 300 pips down. Are we on the daily? It's got some resistance now. It might have some profit taking. If you're on the Dow, you should leave it alone. Simple as that. If you missed it, the ship will sell. Okay. Thoughts on Euro GBP? Probably a buy. We'll have a look. Yeah, I definitely want to be on the buy side. You don't have to be a genius to know that the euro is definitely strong to the pound at the moment. The pound's probably the only one in the weak zone. Remember heavyweight, middleweight, lightweight scenario goes through? It used to be, it's changed now. The pound's about the only one in the lightweights. You'll be selling the pound, not buying it. Problem is to get an entry. Would you buy it there? I'm not sure I'd be buying it there. To me, that ship has sailed. If you're in it and you're long, fine. If you're in it short, I'd be a worried man. Just hope it pulls back a bit to get a better price to get out of. But I'm not sure I would chase it right now. That's my take on that. Are you agreed with it, or what do you think? Yes, it is, yeah. Well done, Morris. I'll be honest, I checked that and I thought, well, bloody damn when I saw that about 20 minutes ago in a quick check with some of the guys. And I thought, well, bloody damn, yeah. It took a bit of nerve. I mentioned the sell on the Aussie dollar. Most people didn't like it, they bought it. I mentioned the euro dollar this morning, they weren't keen. And you on your own back, well, bloody damn, saw the like of the strengthening of the dollar coming in, and you went short on that one. So, well, bloody damn. You took a buy as long as you're in long. So I trust you're in profit, but I don't know where you got in. Obviously, you didn't tell me that. But a buy is the right way to be. I'm just saying, if you're not in, I wouldn't be getting in now. Try and get a better price. Or I don't know quite, but I'm not sure we're chasing at the moment. See if 89 holds, I might change my mind. But I'm just going to hold 5 at the moment. But if you're in, at least you're going the right way. Got 6 positions. Oh, goodness. Okay, I hope you're not going to get margin called. You're not overexposed. I tell you, actually, I'm going to mention something about overexposed too many. Hang on, not necessarily. Now, listen to this. 88.80. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, you're 20 pips up. But yeah, you're 20, 25 up. That's fine. Well done. Now, we all talk about buy the pullbacks. Sometimes people forget if it's doing well, maybe you can afford a bit more and you've got in here with some, it's going up. You can add to it if you think it's going to go in a direct direction. Now, let's say you've gone up and you bought here. See if you can see what I'm trying to say. On the green, by the way. Bought here. Remember, you can maybe go, and you're not actually overexposed by going a bit more because the risk is only that much because you've already made a profit on the other open position. That's a terrible way of putting it. Oh, God, I put that terribly. If you understood that, you're a genius. How can I put it slightly better? Remember, you've got in and you're 100. Let's say your risk is about 200 bucks and you've already got in a Euro GBP and you're 100 bucks up already. It's not a problem going in another one on the profit side because your risk is not 200 anymore, it's only 100 because the other position's 100 Rand in profit. So in other words, your margin, free margin would have increased because the other one was in profit. Just be careful, however, if you're going to overexpose using that theory, that if it comes off, start closing the profit one pretty quick to release margin back into your account. Do you understand me on that? Or is it a bit too convoluted? It's the free margin is the name of the game. It doesn't matter if you got enormous position in bloody, I don't know, the Nasdaq. But if you got it in when it was, I don't know, 17,000 going short, it wouldn't matter because your free margin would be through the bloody roof. You get my point? Well done. Because that's not the world's best explanation. So you interpret that. Maybe we'll get somebody out there to explain a bit better if you're not sure what I'm talking about. Yeah, but in a way, yes and no. But it's nice in profit. A, B, C entry in the same one. You've got 6 there. Okay. If you start getting worried it's falling off, you can start knocking off your A, B. It's already in profit anyway to release margin anyway. As long as you've got the concept, there's ways around. It's getting the concept, that's the main thing. The rest is number crunching. Yeah. Well, yeah, well, not necessarily, because let's give it. I'll give it an example here. See, I'll just think of it clearer. Yeah, well, we'll start with this one here. You got in here, the stop loss down here, and you got in again, right? But now, hang on a minute, you might be doubling up. In a way, yes, you are, but the profit on this original one now has exceeded your free margins. You've got more to play with. You get my point? And it's continuing up. You go in another one. And then you go on another one. Now we're in, never mind 6, make it 4 positions. You've already moved this stop. Yes, you protect. You move this guy's stop. So this one now is in profit. So position 1's in profit. Number 2, you can't lose on because it's at entry. Number 3, and they're all in profit anyway, then it starts coming off. You get me a bit nervous. You either close the lot or they start getting stopped out as they come off. So you won't be in them anymore when it comes back down there. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you'd only enter, let's say you're going to go into this doing so well. I know you know now, you see, you wouldn't, I don't know what's going to happen then. But let's say it continues up on this one. Okay, then you enter it again, you already the first one there. So what you're going to do is you enter that. You're going to, this was your stop original on that entrance. You bung your stop up to maybe here on the original one. So you're in profit anyway. Because that's so much in profit, your balance or equity is going to be completely, sorry, equity is going to be much higher than your balance because obviously the own position is profitable. And that's where the free margin increases come from. So you're protected that. So it comes off. Right, you'll be stopped out there with this one, but you're going to be stopped out with the winning one anyway. So it's not all going to come screaming back there. If you haven't got the concept and you go need to have the same stop loss down there and you go on holiday, yeah, well, that's not so bright. Yeah, then you could see your ass, you know what I mean? Absolutely, yes. You're with me on the concept. I mean, I do this every day and I see figures. So it's like you see Afrikaans language. You wonder how I can be so stupid not to be Twitter. Well, you know, because it's a language. So, you know, I can't see IT. Well, you guys might think this youngster might think I'm a right idiot. You'd be right. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if I go too quick to say so, these are valuable things, but I don't want people to get involved with the mechanics of something if they're not getting the concept. That's what I do worry about. They think they've got it and they haven't, or they go off half cock and it bites. And then they say, but Roger said it. And it's a bit like a newspaper article, completely misinterpreting on purpose in their case what a person said and twisting it. You know what I mean? So just make sure you're on the right track. Okay. Good questions. Good question. It's going to keep on coming down. It could do. Yeah, I suppose you could. Yeah, it's so wide, isn't it? I'm not sure. It's 300 pips away, for goodness sake. Yeah. All right. Yeah, true. If you got in at the original one at 34144, that's 300 pips away. Yeah, you can. Good thinking there, Pete. Mr. Mayor, you're much more intelligent than me. The only problem is not as good looking as me, so hard luck. No, I'm just joking. Well, buddy, done. Good idea. So you can, okay, memory. Yeah. Right. So yeah, you can bring your stop down to break even if you want, and then just let the damn thing ride. You might get your TP down the line. The NAS is opening in a few minutes. What about the NAS? The NAS. Remember, NAS is 12. This is 13. 3 times more expensive than the number, so it's slightly different configuration. Don't forget. The NAS depends what you got in at. If you went in on the signal today, you should got here over 700. If you went in at 550 or something, don't. Hang on, it's going to move you guys.
Yes, mate.
Just a sec. Oh, okay. Before I do that, it's that background noise. Sorry, carry on. Okay. Yeah. So sorry, just 1 second. So if you got it 12.7 or plus, now 200 pips in profit. Yeah. If you want, you can bring your stop loss down. As long as it's about 12.7, you can bring your stop loss down on that. Absolutely. Well spotted. That's what I say. Even been doing a long time, still come to trading room. I've been doing it for years. And you know, Farley, Anne-Marie, NK, Pete, Joe, Bill, Mary, Sally will pick stuff up. And that's where we can all do it. We're doing it together, guys. United we stand, divided we fall, as they say. So yeah, I'm happy with that, Pete. Yeah. I think bring it down to, I don't know where you got in. I can't say to where when you got in. So I'm going to have to say on that bit of information, bring it down to 12.7 on the NAS, and you can bring it down to 34,100 on the Dow. 34,100 on the Dow and 12.7 on the NAS. There you are. Goodies, goodies, good enough. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, if you're not with me or something, you can ask. But as I just said, we do the CPI straddle trade. Very important you understand that what we're trying to do with it. If you don't understand the mechanics, learn from it and do it the next time. Don't jump in half cock, otherwise good bite. Not difficult, it's just you're new to it. So as I say, not to listen to me. I still think we should maybe open, if not 2:30, maybe 2:45, just to, so the stragglers coming in are not putting me under pressure. They give me the mechanics in 5 minutes. And then they get it wrong. You know what I mean? To be more relaxed.
Roger,
But
sorry.
Go for it.
The NAS micro stop loss, you said 17,
No, nothing
down
to
to
that.
17.
No. The stop loss. You're getting short the NAS micro. Bring your stop to 12.7.
12.7, thank you.
12,700. So I should have written it down. Beg your pardon. 12.7. I do forgive me, guys. I'm the only one in the family is fully unilingual. It's just I've got some talents, but language and fixing things. Don't ask me to fix your motor car up. It's not. I'm hopeless. I can't remember names. I'm not good with names either. So I'm fortunate. So I forget. You've got half a dozen languages running around. I've only got one. So just I do beg your pardon. 12.7 on the NAS and 30. Sorry. And if you did the Dow, guys, I think 34,100 should be plenty space for the jumping around. But I think it's going to open down. Might jump around a bit on opening, but I think it's going to continue down. But the it's approaching 3.84% on the yields, and it's taken up just above 104, and it's on the way up. I'm just going to give you a quick copy of that now, so you've all got it going forward. I'll make a habit of doing it. Doesn't take long. I just wish people to save it. So don't save it, make use of it, then not my point. You don't have to read hordes of stuff. This is important stuff. And especially the economic calendar. And just click on it if you want to know what the PPI is, the BBC, the HB, whatever it is, just click on it. It'll give you an answer. Just a second doing this. Okay. Right. Coming up to, we're on the 15 minutes. Let's see how this opens up. And then we're going to go quickly over to Hewlett Packard to see if we can get a, which I think we might not. If you're in it from yesterday, great. But it might open too low to chase. We'll see. As long as you're with me. It's another bloody thing's jumping up. Can you believe it? Let's soon get HPQ because so we can do this then. Where's H? A, B, C, D, F, G, H. Here we are. Yeah, if you can get in now, you can. It's still fine. You can take it now. So you've got your details, have it ready, put the trade in. Please don't say, well, what is it? Then I don't know what to say. You're going to get it all day. Now you're asking me. If you've got it there, have it written down, be professional. When it opens, get the trade in, and then away you go. It's not as fast as NAS, but you've still got to be on it. You should have worked out your volumes, everything ready to pounce when it opens. That's not the time to faff when it opens. You know what I mean? So I'm being harsh, but the quicker you come up to speed on this, the quicker you make some money. Oh, well, yeah, well, can you run that by again? Meanwhile, the ship sailed. Yeah. Yeah, sorry about that. Looks like the ship might have 32 was how many do this? Where is it yesterday? Okay, sorry. Where is it now? 39, 30. That's about right. Yeah, you could chase it there. Yeah, you still squeeze it. You still squeeze it. Working about make it 40 around a share. Slightly higher, but you should be all right. Make it 40 around a share for your volume. Go for it, and then yeah, there you are. If you're with me, you've got the figures there, it's all written down, you know the score. Just let you guys put that in. If you like the trade, you know your volume, put your volume in, press the sell button. If you're still not sure of the stop loss TP, I can give them to you again after you're in the trade. And then you just modify it afterwards. Good stuff, Michael. Good stuff, Arnie. You know what I'm saying? So you're still not sure, at least get the trade in. Now, I'll print to you the stop loss. You can't find MT5 or wherever it is. And then you can just put it up. It's like modifying. I very rarely put the SL in immediately. I like the trade. I go for it and put it in afterwards. Yeah, that's fine. Obviously. I mean, a lot of guys work in the trading room. Because a hell of a lot of guys were not in the trading and only got it today. That's what I'm saying. Good.
Roger,
Yeah, go for it, sir.
I put in yesterday a order to enter Microsoft and sell on 271. It never reached it on a pending order. And I see it's now 264. Can we still enter? Or is it too late?
Yeah, good question. First of all, your 271, that ship sailed. That's clearly obvious. Safe for everyone. Oh, you know that. Not everyone realized this. Okay, that ship sailed. Chasing it now, we might have a problem. Let's have a look at the figures first. I had a stop loss at 280 and a TP at 253. Well, clearly that ain't going to work. $11 to TP and 280 to 264 is $16. That ain't going to work. So you've got to do a complete fresh one. I don't think you can make it. I tried to push you guys yesterday. Didn't want to do it, or the day before, whenever it was. I didn't want to do it, so I left it. But I did. Anyway, it's another
No,
story.
it was yesterday, but my fiber got stolen again, bastards.
Oh, you're kidding. The second time.
Yeah, I'm
I-
telling you, I've got maximum now 36 hours available in the last 4 days. It's crazy.
That's unbelievable. That's like lightning strike twice the same place. They did it twice. That's hectic.
Yes,
I mean, once
sir.
is bad enough, but twice. I don't see chasing here, to be honest. That ship sailed. Sorry, that ship sailed now. I can't see an entry here. Pity.
No, great. Then I just cancel the pending. Thanks.
I think yeah, delete or cancel whatever the limit order. Yeah. It nearly got there. If it's sort of hovering, and I was quite pushy and didn't quite get there, you can always say 50 cents. What's that among friends? You go for it. Sometimes you wish you had, and then it goes up a bit, but still, at least you were in. But never mind. It's a pity. Did anyone take the Microsoft? Did anybody there? I don't think they did. Pity about that. Anyway. Oh, well, never mind. There'll be other opportunities, guys.
I'm looking now at Meta.
Aha.
Your feeling? They have a huge gap there to close.
Yeah, now that's a fundamental. That's a fundamental. Don't worry about that. But yeah, to close and take your point, $20. What can we get a stop at? I don't want it to, yeah. I think you can chase this. I think you can chase it. $11 a share. Call it $12 would cost. You look at $12 a share. About $20 is your TP. That's a reasonable reward. Okay, it's about 1.7 something. Risk reward on the top of my head. So yeah, I think the thing just above the 10. Yeah, I think you can do that. Do you want me to give you the figures? I'll write it down here so I can paste it for you. Tell me you want to do it or not. Meta sell. Pull it 172.25. Excuse me. Just above there. Make it 183.50. And what we have it down here, don't we? Take it back to the gap, okay? Call it 153. So the difference is 11.25. Call it $12. Work it out at $12, okay, per share. We're part thereof. Meta dot sell. We can do it at market. Well, I better put it in. Otherwise, you might take a lecture and throw those things at me. One going to be so careful, eh? 5 SL 183.50 TP 153. 153 risk $12. What's $12? 200 rand, eh? 200 rand per 1.0. That's a share, 1.0. Got that? Have a look at that. If a couple of people like it, say they're going to go do it, not in the demo or they think it or I like it or discuss with my wife or whatever, actually going to do it, then I'll write it down. Hey, Sephora, you're on there. You've heard that before? I want to discuss with my wife. I bet you've heard that before. So I'm saying. I'll do it. I'm in. Great. A couple of people. All right. See how that goes. All right. So there you are. Give you a few moments. Don't forget, if you like it and it's moving in your favor, it's not moving in your favor much, so you might get a better price. You might want to hang on a couple of seconds. But the point is, if it's moving in your favor, just get the trade in, put your SL and TP in after you're more relaxed. Otherwise, you're rushing it and then you do a fat finger. Oh, hi. Aha, good old Mark. Good point. Are you still in there? Are you still in there, Mark? He's not telling you because he thinks you might want to borrow some money off him. Oh, no, but you took a profit, I tell you. Tell me you didn't take a profit on it, then I will burst into tears, and that is not a pretty sight. Okay. Tombi, is it?
Sorry, Roger, my fingers don't want to type anymore. No, I made lovely profit the first time. Then the last two times I tried to go in, went in the evening, stopped out at about 3, 4 a.m. in the morning. And by the time I woke up, it was back at entry again.
But okay.
So I'm on the verge of divorcing JPY again.
That's, I hate, don't even nasty, Mark. I think it's your fault there. I think you're chasing at the top a little bit.
Yeah, I was, yeah. So the wonderful profits that I made, unfortunately, I lost. But yeah, it's greed, chasing.
Well, of course it is, but at the same time, it helps what you said there to the others. Remember, it's a bit nervous about chasing it now. You get what I'm coming from. You made a great profit there. I'm talking to everyone, just Mark, so I want everyone to get what you just said, to get the concept. And it's natural. I made such a great profit there. I'm going to do it again. So you end up buying at the top, not waiting to come back. It's very, very difficult. Don't you like a beer or a glass of wine? You've had 2 or 3, you're in the mood. The last thing you want to do is stop there. You want to have another glass of wine. But that's the one too many. That's when you should put the damn glass of wine down and go and do something else. You know? The trouble is, that's when the fun kicks in. Well, I tell you, here's the trick, guys. As soon as it's fun, it ain't going to be any good for you. Horrible, but it seems to be the way of life. As soon as you're relaxed and it's fun, do not do it.
I'm actually going to wait for a confirmed break above the current resistance that we're at now, because I mean, going right back to December, it seems to constantly be hitting resistance in this area up until about 135. So if you can break above that, I mean, there's still a little bit to go up to the 200-day moving average.
Yeah.
And if we break that, I mean, then, you know, where are we going to go to? 150.
Actually, what before? 150. We were there before November. That's only 4 months ago.
Yeah, exactly. So it's possible.
Very much possible. Yeah. And the bottom line is that, or it might pull back a bit. But the bottom line is, unless something happens with the dollar, we'll be buying the pullbacks for the breaks. Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah.
So you probably gather, I haven't met Mark. We've got to know each other quite well. So when you know people well, you tend to, it's like banter. It's a man thing. You tend to tease each other. In fact, my friends didn't tease me. I think, what the hell's wrong with them? I'd get upset. I'd be hurt. My TP for NASDAQ is 12035. Oh, TP. Okay, we got a wider TP. We had a wider stop, but so you can. But now everyone's modified their stop anyway to break even. If they want to adjust their TP to slightly tighter or leave where it is, it's up to them. The point is the risks have been taken out of the trade, so you're free to think what you want to do after that. Okay.
Yes, mate. Remember, my entry was 12734. So I'm currently in profit, you see, but I don't want to go out.
Why would you want to go out? You're quite right. Of course you don't want to go out. What the hell for? You see, as soon as you're in profit, want to get out. Well, hold on to our losses, no problem there. Oh, a profit. Oh, no. Let's get out of
Yes,
that.
but now I put my stop
Yeah.
loss too close, you see.
No,
My
don't. No, get your stop loss at least 200 pips away. Put it to 12.7. Don't put it at 12.5, 12.6. You get knocked out. Leave it 12.7. You take the risk out of the trade and let the damn thing run. At worst, you make no money. At best, you make a lot. At least you're not going to lose on it. But don't put your top. Now you're frightened because you're so sick of losing or seeing red that now you get blue. You think, what's going to take away from you? You start panicking. Oh, let's get off the table. And then you start taking tiny little profits here and there, and you're winning 10 trades, and you're making 100 rand. You lose one trade, you hold on to it, now you're down 500. That's what the amateur, the beginner does. It's purely be bred by their fear and psychology. There's no scientific rationale behind it. If I said to you to be traded, you know what Buffett said? He said, run with the profits and minimize your losses. And you think, well, bloody hell, that's obvious. He's a billionaire stating the obvious. He's been paid to state the obvious. But we don't do that. We run with our losses and get out of our profits as quickly as possible.
Can you
blame it? We all do it.
Can you please go on a 4-hour chart on Nazi?
Now that's looking good there. It's come up now that 4-hour times 50 is now going to be the support area. It's backed up by this. It's gone back up, profit taking there, and now it looks like the sales might come in because it's so volatile, it might pop up a bit. But this is now looking like it might hold to come down and attack this zone. Might be a bit of noise, and if it breaks through, you get the idea. So that's actually another thumbs up to hold it. But you're covered anyway, guys. If you took the NAS trade as was suggested by myself in the trade room earlier, and you modified to 12.7, you're covered anyway. So why panic? I know you don't want someone to take the blue away. Rather get a very dark blue instead of a light blue, if you know what I'm saying. The darker the blue, the better.
Okay, thank you very much, mate.
Oh, thank you very much, Ken. By the way, great to have you back. Okay, yeah, the one gets jumping around. The buyers are not coming in, Mark. That's just panic. That's just the noise. There's guys getting out. There's guys who got in there with a very, very, very big position getting out. There's other amateurs going in, so it's come off. I think I'll buy it. And collectively, they'll push it up a bit. That's the in and outs of the noise. You're always going to have that. Even on a 1 minute chart, share. It's a 1 minute chart. Look at it. Nothing's a straight line. Look at that, jumping around. Always going to have that. When it suddenly does this quickly or that quickly, then you start, what's going on? That's just noise. Profit taking bounce, and off it comes again. Okay, just check your DXY. Let's see. I'll check on the screen now. DXY is still moving. DXY is now 104.1. It's gone up the last 3 hours a 0.4 from 103.70 to 104.10, and it's still going up a little bit. What are the yields doing? Yields going up, and there's no sellers coming in. Coming off. That means go long on the goal. You're joking. Bloody hell. I thought I was allowed. Okay, so the yields are still going up, which is negative for the markets and gold, and the dollar's still strengthening. No, hold the thing. Enjoy the blue ride. Yeah, there probably is. If I was more technically advanced, I'd probably on if I could ascertain who is and mute that person individually. But it doesn't matter. Mute everyone. If you want to talk, not everyone seems to be confident enough to talk. But if you want to talk, Mark, you are, or Anna Marie, or Barney, or Ken. It's a click of a button to unmute. Probably right out of steam just now. Just get a bit irritated, but I'm trying to get more mellow in the old age. It's like timelessness. Baba. I cannot handle lack of punctuality, but that's just me. All right. Hang on. Someone's on the ball today. What up, Bob? I've got it written down. You mentioned earlier on, it's in front of me. There it's on my left in my workplace. Baba. Yeah. Tech stock. Don't know what it's doing up there. I have no idea. For some reason, I don't know what it is. Absolutely. $5, $6 and a 200 is too close. Come back, you brother. It's a bit better. Where is it? Where's the price now? Here we are. I prefer about 10 because it's a $200 stock. So we can put it back there. Wasn't there since December. That's 2 months ago. Might even make it a little bit higher. Out the way, just in case of a jump. Maybe there. No, that's what I'm doing. Maybe about there. Call it 230. Like it. Thanks, Fanny. 230. It's a TP. Go to market 2155. Take it down here. How far is that? That's $22. What do I give the stop at? 10. Yeah, you start off with that as your TP. So make that 193.65. There we are. Just let me put that down for you there. Put it 2150. As good as damn it. Not worry about a couple of cents there. SL 230 TP 193.65. Is that written down right? Risk is dollars. Do that first of all. Sometimes got dollar account. What 215 and 230? We'll make it a straight $15. Is that right? Yeah. Make it 15 US. I want a wide stop to $200 share. Can jump around a bit. What $15? It's about 300 rands per share of 1.0. So bottom line on this one, if you can't afford a 300 rand risk, well then, and you can afford 150, you go, basically it's 30 rand, but I tell you what, or might make it easy for you, 30 rand per 0.1. That's one time a fraction might be of use to you guys. Okay, so in other words, you know what, if you can afford 600 rand, you go 2.0. Well, you know the score. We'll go out and spell that out to you. There's the figures. You do it if you like it. Oh, for God's sake. Still like that. I'm sorry about that. 102, but okay, I've embarrassed myself. Thank you for stopping me halfway. I'm now so embarrassed. Boeing, I still like it. Boeing, I still like it. Actually, I think it's overcooked. So if you want to do Boeing, the figures are there. Right, Meta, beg your pardon. Yeah, I still like it, but the problem is on Baba. That's okay. Has it broken through? Ooh. What's the NAS doing? Baba's NAS, that's right. NAS doing. Sorry. Bit of indecision there. I like it, but I'm just wondering whether we should just hang five of it. Might get a better price, a bit of breakthroughs. A bit indecision. I know it's only been going since 20 minutes. And we're in 20 minutes. Maybe wait a moment or two so we get a better price. Okay. Sorry about that. But the BA is, well, we had some problems with BA in the past, but I still think that's overcooked. So I'm sorry about that. Brilliant analysis on that. Sorry about that. But I still think that's going to come off. Okay, so if you'd like the BA, you can do it. The Meta, I would suggest you wait for a moment or two just to hold for that. What do you think? Can you do it now? Because I see that NAS coming off. I'm looking at the yields, I'm looking at the DXY. I don't see any sellers coming in. I think there's going to be some downside coming on that. And this is a tech stock. Do you want to risk it now or wait for a bit of confirmation? What do you think? What do you think of Baba, Marius, anybody? You like it? Okay, I'll put the figures up if you like it. This will get decent. I think I'll put out the way. Yeah, $7. It's a lot. 7%. I give a lot. I still think we should do that. Okay, put it 110. Okay. 110. Call it 102. whatever it is there, call it 102.80, there it is, right about. TP we can take down here, could work. 73, sorry, 93, make it 93.50. Okay, so that's 93.50 is 17 bucks, right? 16 and a half. Yeah, yes, that's plenty of risk reward, no problem there. TP, just do that if you want it, and then you can tell me if you want it or not. You want to skip the BA, which I still think is a good one, you can, but so at, what's it say? Make it 102.8 or whatever it is, round about it. It's a little bit low, doesn't matter too much. SL 110, TP 93.5, risk is, what's that now? What, $7.20, make it $7.50. That's the cost there. We check a couple of costs, done a bit on the cost. What's that in rands? It's about 140 rand, 135 rand. About 135 at the top of my head, is that right? 77, 8, 56, 736, yeah, about 140 rand per 1.0. I prefer 1.0 to share, because then people start feeling micro too. So yes, 140 rand for 1.0. Who likes to look at this one? I know Fani does. Anyone like it? Good stuff, guys. Great. Okay, so we're covering the NAS and the Dow trades, so you've got your stock to protect you, so you don't have to worry about them. Gold, you should have your stock to protect you. If you're in gold still, where's gold? Should be coming off. You're coming off nicely, yeah. You should clearly have your stock in gold into some sort of profit, so that's you covered. You're a JPY, I'll have a look at that in a minute. So we're in two new ones now, Meta and Baba. Meta and Baba, and of course HPQ. Okay, guys, good stuff. Okay, and Kate, good stuff. Right, not doing too badly so far. Let's see if old the Euro JPY is giving us a bit of a hard time. So look at that one. That was up that this morning. Yeah, it's not. We got it at 32. It's about that now. It's basically it's a bit of a pain, but it's not. It's boring rather than actually nailing us. So at least you can be hovering around there. I think it's as it's coming off. That's holding. Let's try the 4 out. You see, it's a bit rangy. It's trying to break through. Hey, or am I imagining things? Or am I looking for what I want to see? Look at that for a range, eh? It's trying to break through. I think it's going to do it. Let's hope so. Okay, so that's even. And the others are in profit. One got stopped out yesterday, the other two hit TP, so can't moan too loudly on that. So that's fine. Not too bad. Let's see the HPQ. Oh, let's do Schwab. I think Ntombi's in Schwab. So that's doing. See, Ntombi, I thought it'd come off. I think it's you, isn't it? So you should, I think you're with us today. So you should be a bit happier. So there might be break even, which is better than being down zero before. So hang on in there. Call it GHQ, General Headquarters, eh? HPQ. What do we get in on? I think you got in, it's supposed to be 30-40, I think some guys might have got in around about that, a couple of cents lower, I don't know, but it should be okay there. And yeah, so not so bad. Someone else has taken the trade on Bubba. Who was that now? Oh, fine, yeah. Well, that's fine. There's plenty in this, okay. Do me a favor, keep an eye on Microsoft. I don't know why it should jump from here. I know it makes no sense, but if it does, we might get a decent risk reward. We can't do it there. Unless maybe I'm fishing a bit hard here. If you want to start targeting down there, yeah, you can. Seem to be below the 10. Maybe we're pushing a bit. Maybe we're desperately trying to do it. Stop up here. I want to stop up there. Actually, I want it higher, to be honest. I want to stop there. 277, which is what, that's $13 away, including costs. So we want to get at least $20. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. If you're happy to take that as a target, it's got these guys to go through, we could enter now. If you're more comfortable with that, we can't. So I'm throwing it back in your court, guys. If you want to chase Microsoft down, you've got to widen the TP to make it worth your while, and you're going to have a pretty wide stop. No problem, Andili, this happens, you know. That's why I think a lot of guys who miss the training room can always get it, don't forget, on the social media, YouTube, on the portal. So if you miss it, or you're busy, or you're driving or something, you know, I'm sure we get quite a few people looking quickly on that. And the thing is that when I'm talking too much, they can fast forward. It's probably a better way to do it, hey? Do you want to chase it here? I need a bit of push on this one. I'm a bit sort of 50-50 on it. I think I don't want to miss it, but I don't want to, you know, I don't want to be indisciplined. But I still see the downside. Stop out the way. If you can afford that, the TP down there, I still think it might be worth going at Farney and Company, as long as you have the stop up there. Just get on the weekly. If you have it, this sort of area here, right about there, it wasn't there since August, 6 months ago. So I still think we can make a plan here. If you're tying up your money, that's impossible. Okay, however good the trade is, you know what I mean? However good the bargain is, you haven't got the bucks for it, well, so be it. If you give me your boss's name if you work for a company, Farley, I would put a fee in his ear to give you a decent pay rise so you can take Microsoft out there. If you work for yourself, well, that's slightly different. Anyone got some money left after all these trades? They might have no free margin. No problem, Gladys. Entirely up to you. Okay. All right. Where were we? Anyone got enough free margin to take this trade? Anyone want to take it? Even got the free margin? I'll give you some figures if you want. Okay, Morris. All right. I'll write it down first and I'll print it for us in a second. On the correct one for a change, eh? Call it 265.15. 415, sorry. 415. I want it out the way up here, like I said, which I'm going to put it there. And that would be 277.60. And the TP we can take down to here to make it 242. To work out the figures. What's the difference there? Call it 40 to that is what 13.35. Make it straight $14. It'll be slightly less than that, but I'll have to do. Okay, MSFT dot sell at market basically 264.25, around that. You get the idea. SL to market moves we speak. 277.60. Remember, it hasn't been there for 6 months, so that should be okay in theory. And with the market going as is, the moment, we'll be very surprised it gets back there. 242. And that's risk is 14. What's that? 235. Probably a bit more. Make it 240. There we are. Make it 240 per share. Well, sorry, or 1.0, I mean, sorry, the share is 1.0. There you are. So, Marius likes it. Anybody else wants to do that? But if you can't afford 240, you're going to afford, let's say, 120 Rand or $7, then you go 0.5. You get the idea. So Morris likes it. Anybody got some money left? Can't say we're short of trade the trade. I'm not throwing out for any other reason. I think they're good. But you can try them. Great stuff. All right, got it written down for just that anyway. Brilliant. So a couple of times at least took it. Or can take it if they wanted. So you say, come to trade them. There are days we get absolutely nothing, eh, Barney? Nothing at all. Other days, well, just don't have enough free margin. Stop loss is right. Stop loss 170. Sorry, 277. Sorry, beg your pardon. 277.60. Beg your pardon. Yeah, that'd be a sell stop at 177 there. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, right. Take a breather for a minute. Got so much going out there. Don't want to miss it. That's why somebody get the typo. I do beg your pardon, but it's moving like that, you know. It'd be easier actually if we could just have some sort of voice recognition. We speak into it, and then you can see it coming up, and then you can immediately adjust it. Anyway, we'll see. We'll come down the line. Okay, so there we are. Microsoft, the Meta we've got just until it's so much point looking at it now. It's gone up a bit, but never mind. We're well in the rate range there. Nasdaq should be coming off. I'm looking at the yields. It's 1.104.17 the DXY. The yields are still going up. So this is a bit of profit taking. So I think a bit more downside. That's the theory. So hopefully that will start coming in soon in our direction. I see the Hewlett Packard is starting to get in our favor. This is just from Tomby. I think some Tomby for Schwab. It's okay-ish. And the Euro JPY is the only one really gives a jip at the moment. Is that the one? The one we did this morning, hey? Euro JPY. Now, seriously, give us jip this thing. It cannot get going. Look at this. It's stuck in an hour range. Look at it. Just can't seem to get going. Stuck in this range for about here to here. 20 pip range. Cannot seem to get going. Well, this has happened, yeah. Are you not in it? Can you afford to get in it? You've got to watch your free margin, MK. But yeah, you can go for it. Yeah, absolutely go for it. It should actually be, it might not have been sent to you because you're not a VIP member. If you are, it would have been sent to you. But yeah, absolutely. Where is that? Copy and paste. Is it? Did I write it down? No, it's on the thingamajig. Just a second. Just a second. I'll see if I can find it for you. Give me a moment. Oh, you're out already. Pity, because it's starting to become profitable. Pity. Just give me a second, guys. Get this out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. Trading and there we are. Get this out of the way. Just give me a moment. I'm going to try and find this thing now. Hope you can see that now. Is it sort of readable? See if I can find the actual figures on it. Yep, I can. There you are. So I don't care what group you're in. If you make the F come to TR, doesn't matter. You get fresh off the press. You with me? But it will have been sent out to the non-TR guys, like only to the VIP. But You'll remember anyway, because you're here. Makes sense. Just get that right. Okay, so I've been rushed a little bit trying to get these trades out, so just got to think a bit quickly. Okay, so there you are. If you haven't joined it, you got enough. Make sure you got enough money for it, enough free margin. You can take that one if you like. It's not playing nice. It was just now, not too bad. That's all right. It's all right. It's hovering. It's all right. Not playing nice. I thought it'd be up here somewhere. That's fine. Or even up here. That's all right. Just hovering. That's like the NAS. It's hovering, but it's the indicators on the DXY. Don't forget, keep that minimized. Look at your yields. There's no sellers coming in. They're still moving as far as I can see. Maybe if you refresh. I think it's still moving. Maybe I'll just check. Maybe it's got stuck. Nice to suddenly refresh. You might be looking wrong information. Just give me a moment. I'm refreshing as we speak. No, that's fine. I'll just make sure the DXY is refreshed. I've got it 104.13. Give me a moment to refresh it, because somehow they stick. Then you think, this is all right. Meanwhile, the things come off. No, it's fine. No, it's doing fine. Yeah, they're doing fine. Remember, those are your major indicators, and they're opposite to gold in the movement. The higher the DXY, don't forget, guys, so to keep the premiums important, and the higher the yield on the 10-year US Treasury note, the worse it's for the markets, the worse it's for gold. So that is fine. Thanks, Farney. So that's fine. So you should be okay on that. Not playing nice. It moves 10 cents. Don't worry about that. That's noise. If it had been doing this, then having a different attitude. No, it's going all right. The gold's doing up and down. The Dow's fine. Euro JPY is just hovering, but anyway, it's not exactly a disaster. So a couple of hit the TP, it's not every day. It happens yesterday. Brilliant. Firstly, I think we should all be fairly happy. Are you 3 round the red? Oh dear me. I know a very tall building without a safety net. If you want to go and jump off it, I couldn't bear that either. 3 round the red. That's just too much. You laugh. I've had guys actually put in 5 rand, literally. 5 rand, made a 5 rand deposit. Does anyone here think you trade with 5 rand? Everyone's going to say no. Yeah, this is it. We're thinking of inducing. We're thinking of inducing to stop this nonsense because it's costing us money. Yeah. Not me, but the company. It wouldn't cost me. That's not really the issue. It's just it sort of blows my mind when you think that. It's like going house hunting when you've got about 25, 30,000 rand. I wonder why you're coming short, you know? So a guy did that to me and I sold my house. It was about 20 years ago. That particular property I sold there. I forget what price it is. Anyway, the guy came in there and he saw I like it so much. He offered me something that was about 15% of the value. Yeah, I didn't quite know what to say the oak. Just for you, no problem at all. Not like 5% or something. Literally about 15% of the value. Load shedding again. This really is a pain in the backside. Really is. Okay. We all know that. So no point going on about that. Thanks, Mark. Anyway, Okay, just one thing is everybody who's, if you're not gold, is irrelevant. Anyone in gold not modify the stock to protect themselves. You should have been on the gold trade a couple of days ago, wherever it was, at 1842 to 45, around by the area. You don't want to take a loss in it. Modify your stock. Make sure you're in a bit of a profit, not too close, maybe 1840 or something, I don't know. But make sure you don't take a loss. Oh, I hear you, Kim. Well, it's just it's completely bloody. Actually, it's irritating me as well. To be honest, it's irritating me as well. It just doesn't know things and have a clue what it wants to do. To say it's like getting in the car, putting on the engine, switching on the ignition, you know, not letting in the clutch and revving the accelerator, going around, not even moving, which is going around ever decreasing circles. Now look at that; it just doesn't know what it's doing. But the one good thing is at least it's not a disaster. It's only about 8-9 pips below. So maybe we'll have another bash. Let's maybe take it out 10th time round. And the trouble, what's going to happen, knows what you're going to do. Let's say it does, it breaks through here, and it's nicely probably you're going to take it and watch it sail through to TP. If it does break through, hold on to it. Only about 30, 40, preferably 40 pips in profit, it's still okay. Bang your stop up to break and see if you can get the TP. Actually, Mr. Bird, it happens to everybody, Coney. I won't panic on that. Remember, you can't say we short a trade. Sometimes it's quiet, but you're not going to go a week without a trade, so I wouldn't panic. Before you came to trading, you had several years without a trade, so put it in perspective, you know what I mean? I think the GPP, JPY one was one we had out a couple of days ago, actually, wasn't it? No, it was the Euro JPY. Actually, had a stop. That's a different ballgame. Annoying is one thing, hitting your stop's another ballgame. Okay, good stuff. Okay, yeah, I think all the people I know here, so you all got my number. I better put it just in case. Roger, not for poison pen statements, by the way, not for death threats. This is purely for trading assistance, trading support. Just give me a moment here. Right, posted that. Now, need to give an explanation. You haven't got it. This is not for me to do trading for you, etc., etc. It's for people with over 500 Rand, not below, over 500 Rand, want the odd bit of trading advice. But a lot of people take into account, otherwise I don't mind. If you got over 2.5 grand or $150 and you're not on my group and you want to be on my group, there's no cost. If you do, I don't see why you shouldn't be. But if you don't, that's your choice. Just WhatsApp me and make sure you put in your real account number and your full names, please, because this takes admin time chasing, finding out who you are. You know what I mean? So just give me data and then I'll upload you. At least you got contact now. Marius is off. Good. Okay. Fair enough. No problem. It's nearly closing time anyway, so it's not a problem. Okay. So yeah, there you are. Cheers, Marius. Did you get did I print it all right? Just a second, I'm going to miss something here. Yeah. GBP JPY is unresponsive. That's moving. Thought it might have got stuck and that's moving. What's happening? I have no idea. The Japanese has weakened quite a bit now, and the pound's already weak, so I think it's probably just settling down. To be honest, I think it's more about the Japanese yen, the pound problem. It's the only currency I think is on the weak side for the time being anyway, going forward. That's all I think. Nothing more particularly complicated than that. It's all brilliantly, technically scientific than that. Okay, just a new message, just a second, guys. Let's have a look here. I think we have stagnation, yeah. You've heard of inflation, now you've got stagnation. I don't know clearly. I mean, there's a couple of things, guys. The major problem usually is lack of funds and trying to go into too big a position size. If your volumes are too high, you haven't got enough free margin, you will not be able to enter the trade. It's like you can't go shopping if it's you got 10 rand on you and the price is 11 rand, clearly. So that might be it. If it's not, go to tech support and see, or go to, I don't know. But I think that's probably normally when they say won't take it, it's because they don't have enough free margin to take it. I mean, if you've got, I'm not going to be rude here, if you've got about £1,000 or 1,500 rand, these are ridiculously small accounts in a multi-trillion-dollar market. So as a result of it, you're extraordinarily limited what you can do. Maybe one, you might even squeeze, not 5 million, do one. If you've got 59, maybe you squeeze 2 trades, but very small positions, because you still got to have free margin. If you overexpose because you've got a highly leveraged account, you're open for getting margin calls, or you know what I mean. You've got to make sure you've got free margin and understand the limitations of having a limited balance. Just got to, that's the way you've got to think. And you see what I mean? You might say, well, £1,000 is a lot of money to me. Well, that's fair enough. I have a problem with that. It's absolutely no problem at all. But just bear in mind, it is limiting what you can do. So say, I have no problem you buying a 50 grand motor car, but don't expect it to have the same performance as a £1 million motor car. And I'm getting a lot of that. People think it will. Well, no, it won't. Obviously, yeah. Yeah, it's holding. Oh, hang on. Hang on. What are you trying to say here, Ken? I see. You think there might be an opportunity to buy this? Is that what you're saying? I'm very nervous about buying the pound, to be honest. Otherwise, I totally agree with you. I totally would agree. I'm just nervous that pound. I think the Japanese weakened a bit lately. I think it's consolidating. It might you know, even, I don't know, strengthen much, but I'm not sure it's the pounds you carry through. I'm nervous. I take your point. I think I'm reading what you're trying to say. Have a look at it. This looks like a possibility of a buy. I'm just nervous of the pound. Otherwise, I totally agree. What we've got here, you might be able to squeeze it. 100 pips more than I thought. Might be right. 100 pips. We want at least 60, 50 pips stop. So possibly an aggressive trade, technically speaking, back up there. Not for newcomers, not for, don't even think about it. But for an aggressive trade, guy's got some free margin, is willing to have a go at an aggressive trade. This could be a bounce. But just remember, I'm looking at the pound. But that's highly aggressive. I'm certainly not doing it. I'm just putting out there for people, like I said, who want to do a highly aggressive trade, know the score, got enough free margin, done this before. Those are guys, but don't even think of it if you knew or whatever. I'm not going to do it. No. Yeah, I hear you, Tony. That might be a better one, but as I say, be very aware of the pound buying it. Just wanted some of our old ones hit the TP. It's having a bit of a bounce. No, it's a bit close. If that can bounce a bit higher, you might be able to set it down again. What's it? This one here? No, it hasn't bounced enough. If it bounced a bit more, we'd look at getting another attack on it. So well last time, eh? Yesterday, in fact. Okay, Fiona, good stuff. It was always great to have you. Yeah. Well, just before we close up then, I hope we had, it's been quite quick today because we've got quite a few trades and had to move. Sorry about a couple of typos, wrong chart or whatever. I think we came right. Yeah, I hope anyone, you all got value. If you're new, you're learning, you're sticking with it, what a pleasure. I hope you got a pen, paper, taking some notes. and it will start to come together. Remember, I always say, when you first get in the car, it looks impossible. After a little bit of practice, you change your gear with it without even knowing it. So it'll come. Okay. So just have a quick recap. Yeah, I had to move. It was like the CPI one. It's moving. Guys are coming in late and want to know the mechanics about a few minutes to go. And you want to help them, but unless you start rattling away too quick and they're getting more confused. So that's what I say. Maybe we can do it a little bit earlier to start with, so the stragglers come in and then we can relax and do the mechanics properly, relax, so they're ready to rock and roll, which is on the 3rd of March. The next one, that's the non-flight. I'm going to ask to come in a bit earlier. I said the guys are keen, they'll give me 1,000 rand an hour overtime. Just kidding, just kidding. I'm all right, don't worry about me, I'm making any kidding. Right, let's have a look. What are we looking at now? Baba, I think it's slightly down, but if you took it, it's not that much to worry about at this stage. The Dow popping around a bit, the Nasdaq's popping around, gold's popping around. Yeah, it's just popping around, let it run a little bit. Meta, anyone took that, slightly down, but I still say keep your fingers. MSFT, about $1 a share down, something to worry about this day, that's the noise. Should be okay on that. Euro JPY is doing its normal bloody thing, jumping around, dot happening, but at least it's not disastrous. Gold's in the profit, that's fine. Yeah, I think that's about all for now, guys, unless you can have any questions or anything you just want to go over quickly. Got a couple of minutes left. Any bit of clarity? Let the poor new guys get a word in edgeways, hey? Any questions? You're getting value? Any feedback from you guys? Isaac, Georgina, the quant guys, Dieter, Yulan, Buckley. Feel you're getting some benefit? You'll have to go if you're a bit nervous, long details. Lungelwa. Michael, feel you're getting some benefit? Sam? Yeah. Of course, people are closing up now just anyway. MGAS, no, just doing nothing. Leave MGAS alone. Right, those guys are mentioned. Are you okay? Any light coming in? Do you feel you're benefiting? Any questions before we close? We don't want to feel you're forgotten about. She's gone a bit quick and loud. It's all to change now, but I mean well. I'm on your side. That's the bottom line. Not sweet and smile and then give you all sort of BS like you get on some of these Instagram, Facebook stuff. Okay. Cheers, mate. Always a pleasure. It's Ken having you here. Okay, so you're coming, right, Michael, with knowledge anyway. The market will do the market does, but at least you feel you're getting a bit of knowledge. That's what we can control. Yeah, it is. The problem is a lot of guys are coming in with extreme expectations of being promised. So it's tough for me to bring it down to reality. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the tough things, you know, they're coming in with, especially it's going to be easy, make a quick buck. And unfortunately, reality is not quite the same. Don't want to spoil the dream, but, you know, we've got to have some sort of, yeah, you make a lot of money as a surgeon, but unfortunately, there's a bit of grind getting there. Good stuff, NK. Thank you, Fonny, as always. Great having you. Yeah, you rested my ass a couple of times as well. Okay, guys, we'll wrap it up there. I'm glad that's the major thing. If you got a problem, don't sort of say this guy's like one lady went behind my back and said all sorts of unpleasant things. That's just cowardice. If you don't like something, you're not sure, yeah, we can discuss it, not really personal attacks, you know. Just maybe we can clean up. They say nothing, do nothing, and then behind your back. That's absolute cowardice, you know. And it's usually, in fact, they usually take my side. It's 90% of the complaints because they haven't taken the trouble to understand what you're doing. We will not take money off you guys. We will not. So it appeared that way. It's because something you've done is incorrect. 99.999. It's like the bank. Some complaints they did this and they found out they missed that or they missed that payment or whatever. I forgot about that debit order, that sort of thing. I've done it myself. Oh shit, no, I forgot about that debit order. That's why it's so and so. You get the idea. Okay, good. Right, well, there it is then. Catch you tomorrow morning. Remember, there's no afternoon session on Friday. The only time we do an afternoon session on Friday will be the non-farm payrolls, and that will be on Friday, the 3rd of March. Then we'll do one, so we can do the straddle trade. Okay, hope you can join me then, and hope you can join me tomorrow morning. And yeah, great stuff. See you then. Cheers, eh? And thanks, as always.